Welcome back. Today we're going to discuss 6 tips to advance your career while working from home. In the wake of the pandemic, remote work has become a regular occurrence, but rather than being a crutch for the working world, remote work has gained momentum and as a new and popular way to work. Many careers that were once chained to cubicles can now be done from anywhere. We list down 6 tips to advance your career while working from home. How remote workers can advance their careers. 1, never stop networking. While you may feel isolated from the rest of your team, you're not floating alone. It is still possible to network with colleagues through online networks. The key thing is to be intentional. You may notice you work more with some people than others. Look for ways to engage with other colleagues to keep your connection with them fresh too. Perhaps you want to include another team on the project you're working on, or you want to help their brainstorming for new ones. Don't be afraid to hype up coworkers who you see doing a good job too. This can boost overall morale and frame you as a positive influence in the company. Another strategy to pay closer attention to company newsletters. That's right. Don't just swipe away those seemingly superfluous emails. They could be advertising ways you can meet your colleagues. Also, being intentionally involved in company culture can really set you apart as a community and team-minded individual. These strategies will look different depending on the kind of work you're doing. Don't be afraid to branch out of work channels. There are networking, online, what is that? Online, oh my goodness, what is the word? There's networking tools for meeting people within your company and in your field. And for those working in media industries, being active on other forms of social media can promote your name and the skill set you have. Definitely never stop networking. I think that was a little bit hard to read, but you never want to stop networking. Being connected to people, fortunately now does not require you to be in person, which is great for people like me, the social introvert. So, so you definitely want to always network. You always want to connect with people. I'm definitely an avid, making sure that you are complimenting your colleagues and shouting them out and giving kudos. I agree that you want to pay attention to newsletters because they can share information, just things on how to know that your coworkers might have something in common with you because you don't know what position that person may serve. They might end up being your manager, or you might end up being their peer or their manager. So if you can find some way in which you can connect with them, that would be great. So people connection is always important regardless of whether or not we're working from home. And it's especially important when we're working from home because we don't have that in-person connection. So working from home, you have to work a little bit harder at networking. Okay, so number 2, show enthusiasm for new challenges. The world of remote work still has many unknowns. An employee who is not only willing but eager to face these challenges is an asset. Some of these challenges will be presented to you directly. Keep an open mind. If your first reaction is to decline it, before saying no to any new opportunity, ask yourself, what are the good things that come if I say yes to this? What are my reasons to say no? After weighing the risk and benefits, you may find the thing you shied away from at first will actually be an invaluable experience for you. Other opportunities for growth are ones you will need to seek out. There can be opportunities hiding in a particular project or the day-to-day workings of your team. Perhaps there's an issue that's affecting overall productivity. Being the proactive person who pays attention to issues, addresses them, and proposes solutions is a good position to be in. You show your coworkers and managers that you are a team player and that you won't hide behind your screen when things get difficult. Always. I totally agree with this. Show enthusiasm for new challenges. I've talked about taking on that unpopular job. I've talked about, what was it? Excuse me for trying to remember as I try to remember. Acting first, before asking, being that person that takes on things and provides solutions, bringing recommendations, that kind of thing. So you definitely want to show that you are self-motivated, you're a team player, that you are thinking about the bigger picture, that you are helping your manager help you. So absolutely 100% agree with show enthusiasm for new challenges that will invite you, especially if we're trying to get promoted, that will invite you to be placed in different positions. A position can even be created for you based on having that type of mindset and type of actions that you're taking. And this is especially important on how you get noticed as you're working from home, and all these things I mentioned in my book, The Great Promotion, where I discuss how I got promoted 4 times in 6 months and received a bonus from my work from home position. So yes, self-plug, self-promotion all the time. But yeah, I definitely like that tip. Number 3, you want to manage your time. Time management is huge when it comes to working from home. One benefit of being in an office is that the environment is designed to be as free of distractions as possible. Working from home requires strong time management skills to keep up your work quality and maintain a good work-life balance. Using a timer, you can set 25 minutes aside for work and then reset it for 5-minute break. After 4 25-minute work stretches, you can set a 15-minute break. Having set breaks and work time in smaller chunks can prevent you from being distracted and makes the time you're focused on more efficiently. Absolutely 100%. I do not practice that. I know you thought I was going to say something else, but I don't practice that. I actually have very good time management skills. In general, it's kind of an internal clock for me. I'm a person that likes to knock things out, right? So I am able to laser focus for a brief amount of time. In the position that I had working from home, I was interacting with the entire group. So it was easy to get distracted because you have people pinging you and tagging you for things and kind of flying all over the place. And so being able to understand how to bounce back to the task and get that done, that is a gift. And so that is what I practice. Of course, the time management thing, I think I had a video once about this where it depends, right? Sometimes these time management things can come across as kind of like if you're a person that is self-employed, rather than working from home, because it depends on the business and company that you're working for. They might have breaks in the schedule already set for you, and so you can just use that accordingly. But timers definitely work. I know it was one of the things that was suggested to the agents that worked for me. I never suggested it, but there were other peers of mine that would suggest timers for different things. So definitely a great tip, just something that I don't practice because I don't need to practice it. It's not I have an internal thing that just lets me know, hey, it's time to get off work. All right, so the number 4, be ready for Zoom meetings. If you're working remotely, video calls may be the only chance for you to make any kind of interpersonal contact with the people you're working with. This means making the call run smoothly and being fully present for them to really improve the rapport you have. So it says be video call presentable throughout your workday. That way an emergency video call doesn't catch you in your sweats and mar your image. To be early is to be on time. So starts that old adage. This is also more true for the remote worker. Since there's no travel time between meetings, there is no way or excuse to be late for your conference calls. To prevent technical difficulties from making you late or even keeping you out of a meeting, set up your space for the call at least 10 to, if not 15 minutes before the call. Test your camera and microphone are not working. And to reduce background noise, also consider a headset with a microphone closer to the face. Also double check the setting you're in. Make sure there are no distractions in the background, such as doors, windows, or messes. The best bet is to go with a neutral background like a plain wall and keep your light source behind your camera so it helps to light your face. 100% agree with that. Being ready, be ready. So no, stay ready. So you, what do they say? Stay ready so you don't got to get ready or something like that. I'm not sure how they say that. But anyways, yes, you always want to be ready. You always want to be prepared. I love this tip. They said everything, definitely, absolutely do not be late. Pour it. So yeah, definitely these tips are great. All right, so number 5, keep learning. Things are changing and developing just as rapidly as they were before, if not more so now. To advance your career, you'll need to stay on top of the trends. You won't have the advantage of coffee break chats to find out some of the things, but there are other tools. Sign up for updates from prominent publications in your field and take time each day to look through them. If you need more structure, consider searching for online classes. It is easier than ever to access quality training through different places to help you build your skill set. Make personal goals to complete new learning experiences on a regular basis, but don't hoard your new knowledge. Share it with your coworkers, be a source of information to them, and you will rise in value. Absolutely 100% sure. 100% correct. I love this tip. As I often say in my videos, my uncle, he told me that if you stop learning, you become old. So you always want to keep learning. I definitely agree with this tip. And then definitely when you're thinking about the bigger picture, being aware of what's going on in the world and in the industry that your company is in, definitely assist with that so that you're able to make recommendations. And absolutely 100% always share your information. I mean, share your information. That I talked about this one day where I was stating that I was holding a meeting and a peer of mine was there, and after the meeting I didn't catch a message that she sent until after the meeting because I was presenting during the meeting and I didn't see the message, right? So after the meeting I caught I was able to read the suggestion and I said, why didn't you just come off of the mic, off of mute and tell me that? And she says, well, I didn't want to jump into your meeting and take over. And I'm like, please always share. Kendra does not have that type of ego. And something that you have to say is probably something that someone else is thinking. Please, 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 please always share your knowledge. And then, you can become the source. Sharing your ideas and thoughts, you can become an expert that everyone goes to. Also, you can become a person that they see as being creatively minded and always bringing up something new and fresh. So share your ideas. I mean, we're in writing, so sharing your ideas is very important. We can't see you. There's no reason to fear. Please share your ideas. Okay. Share your information, share your knowledge, be a team. That comes across also as being a team player when you can share your knowledge. All right, so number 6 is be your own advocate. While it can be uncomfortable to toot your own horn, as we've been trained to think of it as bragging as a negative thing, it is important to share your achievements since you miss out on chance meetings and check-ins, moments where these kinds of things could be conveyed through the conversation. It is important that you share when things go well for you and your team. And don't be afraid to ask your boss for a performance review. Keeping a structured record of feedback alongside with accomplishments can prove valuable when it comes to ask for a raise. Absolutely 100% true. You will always hear this from me. Pat yourself on the back and echo your accomplishments. You are fantastic. You are doing a great job. Confidence is key to working from home. You have to remember you're working from home. You're isolated. You're by yourself. You're in your home. I mean, you're with your family, but your family is not your peers of working with, right? They don't understand what you're experiencing at work as far as like when you accomplish something. So you definitely want to shout yourself out at all times. I mean, there's ways to do it where you don't sound as braggadocious, but absolutely 100% you want to keep record of your accomplishments and you want to make sure that you bring these things up when you are absolutely 100% trying to advance your career while working from home. And if you're looking for a promotion, you're looking for a raise, you always want to talk about you, because who can explain you better than you? I tell people that all the time. I know me. I am the master of knowing me. Now, other things I have to learn, but me, I know me. So who better to tell you about me than me, darling? All right. So the article continues, and I think I do want to continue reading it. So it says choosing the best remote collaboration tools. I think these are good things to suggest. So it says the next step after building up habits and motivation to advance your career is finding the right tools to achieve your success. So it says each company will favor a specific video conferencing tool. Whichever one it is, become an expert at it, know the ins and outs. It can, if you can effectively troubleshoot over video calls, it's another way you can impress others and prove yourself a helpful member. It also doesn't hurt to research what other tools are capable of. You might even discover that there is another video tool that includes features better suited for your team. While a good amount of work can be done via voice call and email, collaborative workspaces will likely improve your communication and workflow. Absolutely 100%. I'm glad I continue to read. The next thing is build your remote career now. For those who are still at the beginning of their remote career, keep these additional tips in mind. Start with a good interview. Just like with any other job, the interview is a great space to ask questions. Angle your questions to show your knowledge and professionalism. Find ways to motivate yourself to continue giving your best work. As you don't have the benefit of being in the office, you need to do the best you can with the resources you have. Make goals and break them into achievable parts. A good model to use is the SMART method. That is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-based. Use them to track your progress. Anything that helps you demonstrate your growth and worth will be helpful in the future. Being a digital presence in your company doesn't mean you can't be an important one. You can show them your value through your dedication to growth, quality, output, and communication. It isn't an easy path, but there are many benefits that come with remote work, making the effort will surely pay off. Absolutely 100% agree. I love this article. It's very packed with a lot of information, a lot of good tools. And so I have enjoyed spending time reading this and reviewing it with you. And I hope you did as well. Thank you so much. Hello, my name is Kendra, the official business renovator. Welcome to my page. I am so happy to have you here today. And I hope that you enjoy. Of course, feel free to like, share, or comment on the video, as well as follow to get notifications for when I upload any new information. And also the link is in the bio where you can find all of the products that I would like to share with you on how to advance in your career. Some of you may know, and if you're new to my page, you do not know that I did recently release a book called The Great Promotion, where I discuss how I was promoted 4 times in 6 months and received a bonus while working from home. And so my name is Kendra, the official business renovator. Welcome